Are you serious?
Hello, welcome to another episode of How to Kill an Hour. My name is Marcus Bronzy.
My name is Sean.
How you doing, Sean?
Good, bro. How's things?
I'm great, man. This is the show where you and I, we check out the internet, we grab some jokes, we grab some funky headlines, and we also find a new way to kill some time. That's what How to Kill an Hour is all about. I feel like we're starting today's show quite mellow. I'm a little bit frustrated, Sean, with the fact that I had a really bad cold all the way through the lovely warm weather that we had last weekend.
Ain't that a bitch.
It started just beforehand and finished right just before it started raining. So I came outside and was like, yes, and got covered in that lovely UK plethora of moisture from the sky instead of being bathed in sun. And today, as we record, I've recovered ages ago. I've been indoors all day and it has been one of the most beautiful days ever. People are like barbecuing on the gram. People are driving cars with their top down. I feel like summertime is an appropriate song to be playing as you're driving around today. Do you know what I mean?
But you've been stuck here in this in the studio in the depths.
Yep. But you know what? There's one positive thing to all this, Sean, and that is the fact that we are doing our show, bruv, and it's time to, bruv, it's one of my favourite times of the week recording this show. And another favourite thing of this show is when we tell our jokes of the week, aka jokes of the week. Sean and I pop off about 5, sometimes 6, sometimes if you're lucky 7 jokes each.
Where does it go from there?
And go from there. All right, Sean, I'll crack on, man.
Let's go for it.
Shout out to Reddit for this. This is a joke that someone's grandfather told them and was translated from Greek. All right.
Okay.
So I'm gonna. You know, I struggle sometimes with my reading. So let's see how I get on with this. An old lady is traveling down the street holding 2 bags. As the old lady is walking, out of one of the bags there is a hole, and every so often a £20 note falls out. After a while, a police officer sees this and approaches the lady to tell her that money is falling out of one of her bags. The old lady is thankful for the kindness of the police, and she starts praising him for his good deed and starts walking back, gently gathering as many bills as she can. The police officer, whilst helping her out, asks the old lady, hold on, where have you gotten all this money from? You didn't steal it, did you? The old lady replies, no, of course not, officer. My house is next to the sports stadium bar. So every day when there's a sports game, after a while in the evening, people come out and relieve themselves on my flower beds. They make a mess everywhere. So what I do is I hide behind the flowers with my hedge trimmers. And whenever someone comes out to piss on the flowers, I tell them, give me £20 or I'll snip it. And that's where I got all my money from. The police officer was quite amused. He congratulates the old lady and then asks her, so that's what's in that bag. What's in the other bag then? The old lady replies, well, not everyone pays.
It's still a bit vicariously painful. Do you know? You think like that, oh mate, why did you?
You know, like when somebody's like, it's most for me as a man, when men get hurt in the groin area. Not a kick in the balls is cool, but it's like if you know that someone
whatever you're into,
just let it slip there. But I mean, like a kick in the balls is like, I feel like I can watch that on TV and be like, ow, that probably hurt him. But it's if it's something else that's a little bit like you see a knife going out of the screen downwards and then you hear like a snip and the guy goes, or, you know, like people threaten people like this. Imagine this nan with hedge trimmers. If it's a movie, I'm pausing it, stopping it, or I'm fast forwarding it. I can't
pausing it, yeah? Go get some tissues.
Digging myself a grave.
It wasn't prepared for this.
Do you know what, Sean? I'm ready for your joke, you know, bro. I think we should move swiftly on. Oh, man.
A rope walks into a bar. The bartender looks at it and immediately says, get out. We don't serve ropes here. Rope is understandably offended and says, what? Why? The bartender shakes his head. I'm sorry, but your kind have been too much trouble in the past. One of our staff getting accidentally hanged was the last straw. Hung? Whichever. It's nothing personal, but you have to leave. The rope complied, but it felt very upset. He went home and talked to some friend ropes who encouraged him to stand up against the discrimination. Feeling emboldened, the rope tied himself up in various ways and pulled his ends apart until they were poorly. He was nearly unrecognisable. He walked back into the bar and confidently went through the door. The bartender peered at him with narrow eyes. Hey, he said suspiciously, aren't you a rope? The rope replied, nope, I'm afraid not.
That's a good pun. That's
is a good
wonderful,
pun.
that
It
one.
did get
That's
me.
a good, wonderful one. All right. Hopefully this tickles you back a little bit then. God, I'm full of innuendos today, isn't it?
It's the best way to be.
Yeah. A wealthy baroness gets bored during a charity event. She decides to let her husband do the socialising and heads back to their manor alone. Arriving home early, she encounters her butler. She says to her butler, who's called Lewis, "Lewis, please take off my dress." And the butler does so. "Now remove my bra, Lewis." Lewis, somewhat reluctantly, does follow her instructions. "And finally, pull off my panties." The butler murmurs something, but looking away in embarrassment, does as the Baroness asks. "Now listen here, Lewis," she says. "If I ever catch you wearing my clothes again, you're going to be fired immediately." That's a little twist there.
I didn't see it. I should have seen it coming. I didn't. That's a good one.
Man like Lewis. He's into what he's into.
Do you know what I'm saying? But just ask permission first, that's all.
Yeah.
Again, bro, I'm not sure if I've done this one, but I'm doing it because it
Go
tickled
for
me.
it. Go for
All
it. I've got one that I think we've done a version of as well coming up.
A young woman goes to confess her sins. "Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned." "What have you done?" asked the priest. "I've sinned by being vain, very vain. Every morning I look in the mirror and I think to myself, wow, I'm such a beautiful woman. Any man would be lucky to have me." "That's not a sin," said the priest. "Oh, really?" "No, it's just a mistake." I feel like I've done this because I feel like I remember going, savage priest.
Yes, savage priest, man. That is savage. All right. Okay, cool. A man sticks his head into a barber shop and says, "How long before I can get a haircut?" The barber looks around the shop and says, "About 2 hours." The man leaves. A few days later, the same man comes back, sticks his head in the door and goes, "Excuse me, how long before I can get a haircut?" The barber looks around the shop full of customers and says, "About 3 hours." The man leaves. About a week later, the same guy sticks his head into the barber shop and goes, "How long till I can get a haircut?" The barber looks around the shop and goes, "About an hour and a half." Again, the man leaves. The barber looks over at a friend in the shop and says, "Bill, can you follow that guy and see where he goes? He keeps asking how long he has to wait for a haircut and then never comes back." A little while later, Bill comes back into the shop laughing hysterically. The barber asks, "Bill, where did he go when he left here?" Bill looks up in tears and says, "Your house." You can feel it coming, didn't it?
I know, so I've seen this one before, and as soon as you started it, I was just trying not to laugh because I was like, "Oh, this is a good punchline."
Nice.
That's a great one. All right. A salesman walks up to a house and rings the doorbell. The 12-year-old boy answers the door. Sorry, I'm going to start again. A salesman walks up to a house and rings the doorbell. A 12-year-old boy answers the door, smoking a cigar, holding a bottle of scotch. The salesman is taken aback, but eventually says, "Hello, are you at home alone?" The child responds, I completely burned at that. I've caught the Bronzy vibe. I am starting that again.
You got the Bronzy vibe. We'll get it out of the system. We'll get it out of the system. We'll get it out of the system.
A salesman. I feel like that might be only like the first or second one I've had of those.
I'm being well harsher to you.
What do you even call those? What do you call them?
It's called a sad trombone.
A sad trombone. I deserve the sad
Instead of
trombone.
a happy one.
Okay. Actually, before I butcher this joke again, I'm gonna read it as one, but the second part is actually a comment.
Okay, cool.
I'm going to carry on. Okay. A salesman walks up to a house, rings the doorbell. A 12-year-old boy answers the door, smoking a cigar and holding a bottle of scotch. The salesman is taken aback, but eventually says, "Hello, are your parents home?" The boy responds, "Does it fucking look like it?" So that's the end of the actual initial joke, right? Next bit. The salesman asks, "Can I speak to your parents?" The boy replies, "They ain't here." The salesman says, "They ain't here, young man. Where is your grandma?" The boy replies, "She ain't here either." You know, I love when you read a joke and then you end up like reading the comment, and the comment's like funnier than the joke.
Some of the comments that you see under jokes are absolutely fantastic. Right, that's the end of my long ones. I've got some short ones for you. I've got an absolutely filthy one that I've been seeing knocking around, Sean.
Okay.
What do pizza delivery drivers and gynecologists have in common?
you don't eat your... Am I on the right lines?
Okay, close. I'll give it to you though.
Oh yeah, go on.
They can both smell it, but they can't eat it.
Oh, Kiana.
That goes for like any medical profession that's down there, isn't it? That's a good one. I like that. It's very interchangeable.
Okay. A man returns from the doctor and tells his wife that the doctor has told him he only has 24 hours to live. Given this prognosis, the man asks his wife for sex. Naturally, she agrees and they make love. About 6 hours later, the husband goes to his wife and says, honey, you know I now only have 18 hours to live. Could we please do it one more time? Of course, the wife agrees and they do it again. Later, as the man gets into bed, he looks at his watch and realizes that he now only has 8 hours left on this planet. He touches his wife's shoulder and asks, honey, please, just one more time before I die. She says, of course, dear. And they make love for the third time. After this session, the wife rolls over and falls asleep. The man, however, worried about his impending death, tosses and turns until he's down to 4 hours left. He taps his wife, who rouses, honey, I only have 4 more hours left. Do you think we could... At this point, the wife sits up and says, listen, yeah, I've got to get up in the morning. You don't.
Sean, do you know why I love that joke, bruv? I literally was like, that is one of the jokes that I wanted to tell you, bro. I'm so happy. No, that means that we definitely have the same, bro. I'm telling you now, that joke is so... you know when you... Like, you know, you read some stuff out and you're like... I do like a Beavis and Butthead joke. Yeah, Beavis and Butthead. Like, that... I actually started slapping my knee and was like, that is
the old knee slap.
You know a classic knee slap.
I know those.
Exactly. Classic. Oh, there you go. In case you didn't hear it, Sean slapped his knee. It was a hearty slap of the knee.
Thank you.
Okay, all right. I've got one more punny one for you, right?
I'm ready.
There's 2 mates talking to each other. The first person says, mate 1, let's make it simple. Friend 1, I'm autistic. Friend 2, does that mean you take things literally? Friend 1, no, you're thinking of kleptomaniacs. There you go.
Oh, I like that
right.
one.
What have you got to round this off for us then, Sean?
Okay.
All right.
We'll bring the tone down as always, so step. A voluptuous young blonde wrecks her car and went to... Actually, no, let's change this up. No, actually, blondes get too much. they get slaughtered. Let's give them... A voluptuous young blonde wrecked her car and went to heaven the same day the Queen died. St. Peter tells them, I have bad news. We are overbooked and there is only one space there's only one space at this time. So we will have a talent competition for me to decide which of you gets in. The blonde, being an ex-stripper, puts on a mouth-watering performance, even going so far as to bury St. Peter's face in her cleavage. She figures she's a shoo-in as the Queen went to a nearby bathroom stall, took a loud stinking shit, flushed, and walked back out. St. Peter welcomes the Queen to heaven. The young lady is livid and demands to appeal the decision before God, alleging class bias. God smiles and says, I'm sorry, young lady, but even in heaven, a royal flush beats the best pair.
Oh, shout out to my poker doddies. Shout out to you. Yeah. If you don't play poker, you're like, what?
Yeah. Huh?
Yeah. Anyway, right. Time to step on to our next part of the show, which is our... Oh, yeah, that's it. We've done 5 each.
No, I was just saying, what's the next
You got me.
Oh, sorry, mate.
Sorry, we'll go again. Anyway, let's get on to our next part of the show, which is kill a bit.
Kill a bit.
This is where we ask each other how we've been killing some time this week. How have you been killing some time this week?
I wasn't expecting that. I haven't done anything all that interesting, man.
Yeah.
I did. I went out and enjoyed some of the fine weather by walking around.
Oh yeah.
In some greenery and hitting a small white ball every now and again.
Sounds really nice.
It was. Apart from the hitting the small white thing, the rest of it was great.
Do you know what I've noticed about that though? Yeah, is you've taught me this. It's not all about hitting the small white thing. As long as it's not like a competition, it's more about the walking around, isn't it?
when
Because you do more of that anyway.
okay, I'll put it out there. Innit? When the hitting the small white thing isn't going well, it's all about the other stuff. That's what you have to tell yourself. You're like, yeah, I'm just out here in nature, enjoying it, and you've got lovely green spaces, and you've got animals around, and you're like, yeah, but really, it's just because it's shit. You're vexed, so you got to try and reframe it in a certain way. Yeah.
And was it a very windy day? Because I know that can be an excuse for not getting the white thing in the hole. Because you can be like, sucks little finger and go, gale force wind.
There was hurricane. There was all sorts, man. Like, mad. Yeah.
So it just wasn't clicking for you that day.
No, it just happens like that. You can like even from a morning to an afternoon, just everything changes. I don't know what it is, but
even like before and after 3 or 4 beers, you can change in it as well. As well, isn't it?
What?
That could make a change. Play better, mate. I play better. You should see my driving. It's great. Quality. Yeah, man.
No, that's about as exciting as my week has got, man. Have you?
Can you impart a small piece of golfing knowledge on our listenership?
Damn.
Hit the ball in the hole with as little shots as possible is my advice. Would you like to build on that?
I feel like that was a hole in one.
You taught me something because you taught me about keeping your arms straight. Don't bend your when you're down, when the club is down, your arm should be straight, like a pendulum motion. Because if you get that right, you'll always hit the ball.
Always hit the ball is
that a better way?
It's a little bit of an overstatement, but if on the take back you clap your arms very early, then it does make things a lot more difficult. Yeah. I was trying to give like one bit of, and probably
don't be shit.
Do better, innit? No, but I think it's one of them ones, man. You just got to try and like relax, enjoy it, and because when you're relaxed and you enjoy it, things tend to, I try and remind like certain people I'm going to play with. I like try and remind them, I'm like, chill.
Yeah, man.
Like people, there's techniques you can use. Like when you set up to hit a ball, you like smile, shit like that. It sounds so daft, but it's like kind of like the vibration of energy. Whatever you give out, you get back, kind of thing. So
yeah, man, I hear that.
Something like that.
I mean, when I play with you guys, I'm so bad. Just so you can get this.
When was the last time that you hit a ball?
Probably last time I was with you. Probably you or our other mate. I think I did 9 holes once at the place that you've taken me to.
Is it?
Yeah. Have they got 9 holes?
Yeah, but what are we talking about? Norfolk Park?
Yeah.
Wow, how long are we talking? We were like a decade ago or something.
We did it towards the end of lockdown. No, not a decade ago. We did a couple sessions because that was you could do that. Remember when things were opening up, but you still weren't allowed to be near each other because of the nature of golf. You could do that in a COVID-safe environment.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Clearly, it really stood out in your mind.
It was great, man. I just deleted it.
Totally deleted it from memory. Yeah. I mean, I believe you turned around to me at the time and said it was one of the best golfing experiences.
No, I can only.
I would never forget this.
Yeah, 100%.
You forgot this.
So I have gaps in my memory.
Really, I never noticed. You just said that as well. You just said you had gaps in your memory. About 30 seconds
sometimes.
All right, so you've been playing golf. I've had a new bit of tech, but I can't talk about it yet on the show until next week. I lured to it last week. It may make us sound different on the pod, is all I'll say. I hopped on Netflix. Was it Netflix? 1 second. Oh, I need to get that right. I think it was Netflix. I hopped onto Netflix.
Oh, wait. Before you say that.
Yeah, go on.
You watched that film that I mentioned, no?
Oh, what was it called again?
Greta.
Greta. Oh, my days.
Sorry, bro. I remember you did drop me a line.
Yeah.
And I had to come back to you.
You didn't get back to me. You forgot to get back to me, yeah. Sean, I want to say...
weird, isn't it, bro?
It is a very quirky film, and I will honestly say to you, it was a great watch. It is literally one of those ones that's out of nowhere. There's a bit of a gore scene in it. I'm doing this off cam, so I don't want to spoil it. It is an old film, can I say? How old is it? It's quite old, isn't it?
Yeah, I reckon so. I don't think it's not. It's definitely not like recent.
2018, 6 years ago, where her finger gets cut off, and for no reason she's sticking a needle into it for some anaesthetic or whatever. Just thought that was a bit graphic for no reason.
Was a bit graphic.
It's like they used all their CGI graphics budget on that as well. Yeah, I just thought it was
It's creepy, innit?
Yeah, man.
And you know what it is? It's that thing where and maybe it's similar to the baby reindeer thing. I don't know, but in a sense of like you start to, put yourself into that position and think, raw, man.
Yeah.
Like if you're somewhere that you're settled and you can't just like be like, fuck this, and just get up and
Yeah.
and bounce.
And there was that whole relationship thing and her and it. And I did find this funny about Greta. There was a slight Acme kind of Looney Tunes element to the woman that was following her around, because she was like running, turning a corner, and the woman was standing there. Like, and then she was like getting in the car, getting out somewhere, and the woman was standing there. You know, like it's like I almost expect her to pull out a carrot and go, "What's up, Doc?"
I think she just graduated with like a master's in stalking, innit?
Yeah.
So she was like, I know where you're going.
Because she didn't even breathe heavily. Like, she was standing in places and moving around with like amazing stamina. So yeah, credit to the actor if that's what they really had to, if they were going method on that. Also, speaking of baby reindeer, Sean, before I get to my
I've
killer
heard
bit,
something bits. The woman did a Piers Morgan interview.
do you not remember? I wish we could pull the clip back and play this back, but you don't remember? I said I'd give it 2 weeks until they find her.
Oh, 100%. We thought you were like, bruv, it's the internet. Of course they're gonna find her.
Yeah, and they found her. And
Like she's trying to sue. She's trying to like sue him for like 1.5 mil or some shit.
I mean, I'll tell you what, bro. I don't want to say her name because I think it's unfair, but I mean, it's out there. It's not hard to find. But like, I thought that she might look a bit different to the character in Baby Reindeer in real life, but there's likeness in it. Like, it's hard to deny.
I don't know. I did see a picture of her today. She's a white lady, a little bit heavy set.
Yeah. So there's likeness, and also the tweet in the show about the hang my curtains was a real tweet. So Twitter found it. Sorry, there's a pun in it where she goes, hang my curtains, and then it's like a big part of the show. I just realised you haven't watched it. They found the tweet, and then they found her social media, and the style of her writing is very much the kind of writing that you see in the show.
But
as
she,
well.
like, the thing is, to clarify, she's obviously been found.
Yeah.
And then she went and did a interview on Piers Morgan about how the fact that this was all made up.
Made up, yeah. I think she needs to seek help, and I think, if I'm honest, I think Piers is a prick for that interview, bruv. I think he is. Like,
we didn't need to add for that interview.
Yeah, true. Say I should have just kept it there. Yeah, I think he is, man. Like, I think I would do a lot to get an interview from someone who's like good, like in the zeitgeist or whatever. But I don't think I'd stoop to the level of someone who's clearly going through some shit, and just have them on your show. I mean, it looks a bit desperate from him, bro, if I'm honest. Do you know what I mean? Fast forward to Marcus doing an interview, saving 10 years' time.
Nah, I mean, I will say this about Piers Morgan. Like, he asked. One thing I appreciate is he asks tough questions. He's not shy to like get cancelled and all that kind of stuff, and that usually does, give you better content. But it's one of them ones where, with the amount that's publicly available for her to come out and be like, this is all nonsense. He's made it up. Like, I can only assume that she's like, he's reverse stalking me or something. I don't know, but like,
well, I don't want to spoil it yet, but you gotta watch the show. But I think she's, if this part of the show is really in real life, in the show she gets charged. So if she's been charged in real life, she can't deny it. I think my man just went for someone bait and just had them on the show and just thought, they'll get the numbers in. I think it was just a numbers grab. That's what it
probably
was.
works.
I think it's a numbers grab.
They definitely work. It's on the.
We're talking about it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Right. So, moving on, if you don't mind, Sean.
Let's do this.
So I popped on Netflix and a film came up that I have not seen before, but it's one of them ones where I was like, God, I wouldn't mind watching that, It is starring Brad Pitt, and it's based in Japan, and it is Bullet Train. I flipped it on. It was out in 2022. Bro.
I love that film.
Bro. Absolute joy to watch.
From beginning to end, bro.
Exactly. So here's what it's about. 5 assassins aboard a swiftly moving bullet train to find out that their missions have something in common. Such a simple premise. What a fantastic film.
Yeah.
Amazing characters. It has a Guy Ritchie energy to it.
100% because of like there's some great one-liners. The guy with the Thomas the Tank Engine.
Thing. I mean, that's the only thing. I mean, there's Brian Tyree Henry who plays Lemon. British accent. Needed a bit of work. But you know what? I ain't here to flipping judge. The film's
if we
good
tried
enough.
to judge him, he just hold up a picture of Jason Statham and we'd be like, don't worry about it.
Yeah. Jason Statham has done enough dodgy American accents for us to be like, oh, you know that accent? It's actually quite good,
You know the worst one? You know the worst one? Don Cheadle in
Ocean's 11. Oh my God.
You know what it is as well?
Yeah.
I read the interview with him before.
Yeah.
Everybody else had such a blast recording that filming that.
Yeah.
Except for him, because he had a vocal coach, and the whole time he had to keep redoing his lines and stuff because his English accent.
Bro, they needed someone like us, because I don't think you need an elocution coach to be like, because I think he's probably got a coach that's trying to teach him how to sound like Oliver. Excuse me, can I have some more? Because that's how people sound like in America. They do it like, and they say like we don't pronounce our T's, like we don't say water, like we say we say water, but they're like war. Yeah. And there are some British people that have no teeth and drink Stella every day that do sound like that. Yeah, but yeah, man. I do think though, on the whole, apart from Jason, who's an outlier, English actors can hit the American ones better. Because I don't think we've had as many American actors. Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
The amount of people, that after they'd watched the whole of The Wire, they didn't really know who he was previously, and afterwards it actually hurt them.
Hot fact: he auditioned in an American accent, walked in, spoke, left. They didn't know he was British until afterwards.
That's like Idris.
Yeah, man, like Idris. Gillian Anderson, Mulder and Scully. That still throws me. Sometimes when she talks, I'm like, reminded me.
Yeah, but you know what it is as well? Is because she is Scully.
Yeah. And it's funny how she plays Gillian Anderson all the time now.
It's crazy.
And really, isn't it? I'm like, oh, you're retired. Yeah. No, you're 100%, you're right. So maybe Idris cancels out Jason. So we can give, and we got Gillian as well as on our side. Are there many I tell you what, Americans could bring Brad Pitt to the table and say Irish. Or Traveller, should we say? Traveller. What was it? I mean, look, I'm less qualified, but I didn't hear many people saying it was horrible. Was it a bit dodgy?
I suppose it was like, I mean, I'm no expert on that, but it was. I mean, it worked. Whatever it was.
Would you say it was Cheadle level of?
Nah, it was definitely better than that. It was definitely.
I feel sorry for Don Cheadle, man, for that, because I feel like if he just put him in the room with us, we'd get him straight. Yeah. We'd get him talking straight, because I think sometimes you can overthink it and think about like separate things. I'll just teach him sentence by sentence how to say it.
Do you remember the scene from Pink Panther when he's trying to learn to speak in an American accent? I would like to buy a hamburger. Have you not seen that? Have you not seen that?
I can't remember it.
Oh my days! Yeah. That is one of the funniest. I haven't even watched the scene.
Yeah.
And she's like, he's like, e. He's like, would. He's like, weird. Tu, toi. It's so good, bro. It's so. I can't believe. Oh, I've got to show it to you.
All right, I'd like to watch that.
She's like breaking it down. She's like, ham, burger. Ga. It's cold. Absolutely cold.
Oh, that's heavy. But yeah, Bullet Train. Brad Pitt he plays Brad Pitt.
It's brilliant.
Do you know what I mean? Is that the best? I don't know how to explain it. The Brad Pitt that you see in Mr. and Mrs. Smith, yeah. The Brad Pitt that you see in parts of Fight Club when he's cocky and got vibes. It's kind of. And what they've done is, and I love it, because sometimes this doesn't work, is they've taken the premise of a globe-trotting kind of experience and they've wrapped it into a small environment. And then someone's gone in the board and they're like, where do we put this? No one's ever done it before. And even though this film came out beforehand, I think, on a plane, no, Snakes on a Plane's been done, so we got it. They're like, why don't we put it on a bullet train? Do you know what I mean? And yeah, it's wicked. And also, I want to get on a bullet train now because they look flipping lovely.
200 miles an hour, no?
200 miles an hour, and then they just look like a really luxurious thing to travel on. But yeah, really liked it.
It worked. It worked so well, man.
Great actors. I thought it was
brilliant
they
from
got
start to finish.
Brian Tyree Henry, Aaron Taylor Johnson, who is British, I believe. I mean that. Yeah, amazing. Double check. Clickety 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 click. Clickety click. I believe. Well, listen, if he isn't. There you go.
America. The Americans are gonna add them to
get another one you can add to the mix and blend. And just like. Oh, Michael Shannon as well, absolute legend as well, and just some and also I don't want to spoil it, but they've got oh my god, Bad Bunny's in it. He's like the biggest like Afro-Latin American artist in the world, like probably one of the biggest artists in the world right now. Bad Bunny's in it. I didn't realize that was him. Oh, cool. Anyway, great artist, man.
Don't even know who it is. I don't know who that is in the film.
One of them ones you would have heard one of his songs, or you would have heard it on social media. But wicked. Oh, amazing. Like he's like one of the biggest actors in the world, and I remember him because he has received an award. I think it was like the Grammys, like that level. He's that big, bruv. And then you could tell it was like America's racist because his subtitles just said "speaking in Latin." That's fucked, isn't it? That's mental, bruv. Unreasonable. Fighting is amazing in it as well.
Oh no, action scenes. The action scenes are brilliant.
we've got some other legends in fighting. I don't know if we want to bring up all the actors, but there's some great acting in it, some great characters, some great bit parts in it, great one-liners. Just a good old romp. Do you know what I mean?
I literally, it's one of them things that I've actually heard people go, no, I wasn't really feeling it. But I'm like, what were you looking for from it? I don't understand. Like, unless it was that you were looking for like a Shakespeare play, then I'm like, mate, that's not going to be it.
Do you know what it was, Sean? I was getting over my cold, starting to feel a bit better, so I was coherent enough to watch something and actually take it in, because a lot of what I've done is just putting on a show and falling asleep.
Right.
We're starting again, falling asleep. And it's just like, it's colourful, it's fun, it's bright, it's fast paced, it's silly. It has enough twists in it for it not to be obvious. But it has a few like obvious tropes in it as well. The fighting scenes are pretty cool as well. Yeah. Like it's like, you know, I wouldn't. It's one of them films. Like, would I say it's the best in any area? No. But is it something that entertained me? Yeah, I'd watch it again. 100%. In fact, I'd watch it a few more times.
It's enjoyable. It's enjoyable from the start to the finish, and it's not one of those films that you can only watch once. For me, it's kind of moving into the space of like Taken, where if it's on, I'll like in the future, I'll probably just leave it on.
Do you know what? I think one of the guys behind it, we got David, is it Leitch? I think it's Leitch, how you say it, or Leitch, producer of John Wick, the first John Wick. And you know, now that I've seen that on IMDb, I kind of get it. The fight scenes it's like a lighter, brighter version of John Wick in terms of the fight scenes. A lot of like Krav Maga style stuff in it, like using what's around you.
Yeah, and it's also close quarters combat. So it's,
and I also like this as well. There was the introduction of Japanese conversation, and most people in the film just tried to speak Japanese or spoke Japanese. I like that because it was just kind of like, man, like people were all like saying like more than just like thank you and stuff. Like everyone was kind of understanding. Sometimes replying to English, and I just thought, nice little touch that you did there, man. And it makes me want to get a bullet train. But yeah, really enjoyed it, Sean. Finished watching Sugar. No, I haven't. There's one more episode of Sugar. Did I mention Sugar to you on Apple TV? Detective show?
Yeah.
Still watching that. Colin Farrell. Farrell.
Yes, you did. Yeah, you did.
Still enjoying that. Last episode comes back. It's taken some twists, bro. Without spoiling, it's taken a twist in the direction of stuff that I really like. That's all I can say. So I'll give you the full rundown on that. But I'm really enjoying that. I watched a lot of stuff. I also watched 3 seasons. This is how you know I was sick. But when I say 3 watched me 3 6 episode seasons of 6 seasons. Oh, that was it. Code 404. This is when I was a bit sicker. Stephen Graham, who's known for like, you know,
from Snatch. Yeah,
Snatch. Quite a serious actor. He's like in a comedy with another British actor as well, whose name I will whip right up.
Actually, he's done really well for himself.
He's absolutely smashing it. I actually bumped into him randomly somewhere, and I was with an actor who'd actually, I think he'd worked with him, and they were talking, and I was just like, oh, like real big fan of me, and we like talking about some of his acting experience, and he said when he did things like This Is England and
great film,
quite deep films, he says he used to really get into the character, and it brought him down. So he said now he's in his acting, he's learnt to kind of embrace the character but not take it on too much, because he done some of the roles he's taken on are deep.
I met him in he was a good friend of someone I used to work with.
Oh, sick.
And so we went out, it was when I worked with G.
Yeah.
We went out and he was a good friend. So I remember like I walked into a toilet it was like Bromley or somewhere like that, and I didn't realise that he was Scouse.
Yeah, proper Scouse.
Yeah. And I was like,
Scouse.
And you're just like,
I think his dad's half Jamaican as well, so that's why he's been cast in a few films here and there where he speaks patois, because he's been around it. Yeah. Over talented, isn't it? Like, and got a very big depth of character. This show Code 404, it's him, and let me give some respect to the his co-actor as well, Daniel Mays as well. You'll know his face, Sean. It's a comedy show. British detective is killed in action and brought back to life using experimental artificial intelligence.
Oh, that sounds great already.
Silly. So, yeah, And when I say silly,
sounds
I love
like RIPD or something.
Yeah, like that. Little lower budget, because like a Sky thing, British-based. They've got crimes to solve. His friend, obviously, is super powered in some ways, but he's a bit of a numpty when it comes to other things, so he makes silly mistakes. It's just, bro, put it on, joy to watch. Like I don't feel like I wanted anything.
Easy ones.
Yeah, man. Like Sugar was good because I watched that when I was good at deep, but this was fun. And I feel happy saying that about these two actors, because Stephen Graham, we know, does deep, thick and serious roles. So he's not taking this role, I believe, because he wants to do that. He's taking it because he just wants to have a bit of fun and light and stuff. So yeah, really good. Really, really enjoyed it. Simple, but I honestly got to say my standout is Bullet Train, bro. Like I watched it a few days ago. If I was coming over to your gaff now and you're like, should we put it on? I was like, yes, put it on, man. Eat some popcorn.
Do you know what's really annoying? Is that I watched the film the other day, similar to Bullet Train, and I cannot remember why.
Was it called Train Bullet?
Oh,
was it the British one, Bullet Tube? But they're stuck on the circle line, so it never stops.
So it's not Bullet.
Yeah.
I was going to really annoy me now.
Where was it based?
It was on
England, America?
I can't even remember. Oh, it's really good. It's going to wind me up.
Really? I could Google films like Bullet Train and see how Google helps us.
No. In the sense of, it was just action, and it was just great. And I just like my mind is just.
Is it new or old?
No, it was new. It was fairly new. Yeah, I think it was new.
Do you know what streaming service you might watch?
I think it might have been the Flicks. It potentially was the Flicks.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's gonna. I'm sure I remember it like later.
You'll remember it right after we stop recording the show.
Yeah.
All right, you know what, Sean? Maybe we'll get back to that. But it's time for our next part of the show, which hopefully was it Code 8?
Code 444.
Yeah. No. Code 8's another film. I'm just saying.
Oh no, that wasn't that.
Oh, my laptop's making noise. So it wasn't Code 8, no? All right, cool.
No.
Fair enough. All right, bro. Time to jump onto our next part of the show. Wild stories of the week. Week. Do you want to take this banner? You remembered.
I've got Hey, what? I've got an update.
Yeah, go on.
I've got an update on a previous story.
My fingers are crossed.
I don't think it will be the one that you're thinking about. I don't know what one you're thinking about, but I do have an update for a story that we spoke of previously.
I'll be honest, Sean, I remember you saying that you give me an update and I really wanted it at the time, but at this moment in time, I can't remember what story it is that we're going to get the update on. But I remember I literally was like, Sean, I can't wait for the update on this.
Okay. It is an update on the Donny who had the support alligator. Remember this guy? He brought it to like a baseball game or something.
That is a massive throwback. Do you think you could bring us it, because this could be a new listener's first attempt at listening to this show? Like, is that hard? It could be their first time listening to this show. So do you want to bring us in on the support alligator scenario?
Off the top of my head, I believe this guy adopted a support alligator, and then he tried to bring it to like a baseball game, and they didn't allow him in, did they? And he was like, well,
yeah.
I don't see what the issue is, mate.
And he was a friendly alligator, but we were under the consensus that maybe this alligator was playing a long game, was making it cool for him, and then maybe other parts of the, they're not jungle, innit? Alligators? I don't know. But other animals that are dangerous to come in and be support animals. So he was going to be the bridge between humanity
and a support shark.
And like a support shark, yeah, support lion. And then the master plan was get close to this potential food, and then someone's going to give like the little signal, which will obviously be like a cuckoo, because they are animals. Or maybe they go, ready to go, mate. I don't know, like, because if we do animal noises, they do the opposite. Let's go. And then that's it. We'd see like a purge-style decimation of humans, probably within a sports stadium, because that's what the alligator wants to be.
Yeah, they bring them all into one place, and they're like, our 40-year plan has worked.
Yeah. So we shall feast. So, Sean, what is the update on said alligator? Let's go, guys. Sorry, just imagine that.
Man says his emotional support alligator, known for its big social media audience, has gone missing. I know.
Whoa, so this alligator has a social media page?
I know, and there's a heartwarming picture of him here embracing the alligator. Do you remember what his name was?
Ali?
Oh, you were so close.
Alex.
No, you are very, very close. You are very... No, you're going to get away from it here. Starts with W.
Oh, William? Willie Gator? I don't know, man.
Oh, now all I'm thinking of is the alligator wearing a vest, and he's an investigator.
Yeah, oh.
So I'll say that.
I love it.
It was Wally.
Wally Gator, and as you said it, Wally Gator has shown up, and I've now seen that Wally Gator has more social media following than us. That
sounds about right.
I don't like to compare myself on social media to know that to know that an animal that isn't real, that isn't human, as a social media account is upsetting. No, all right, sorry about that, Willie Gator. Willie Gator's gone missing.
I mean, Wally Gator, but
Wally Gator's gone missing.
So, is this guy doing okay? Because is your support alligator, and so you'd be upset because you were using the alligator for support, and also you'd be super upset that you've lost your alligator in the first place. So
he must be gutted. So what is he? Is that it? Is that the end of the story? What's he doing?
So a Pennsylvania man who credits an alligator named Wally for helping relieve his depression for nearly a decade says he's searching for the reptile after it went missing during a vacation to the coast of Georgia. Now,
they went on vacation with the alligator.
I'm just saying, innit? Like, how does this?
Did he just carry on the alligator as a suitcase and no one noticed?
Bro, I don't even know how to pronounce this guy's name. Joie? Joie?
Joie? Joie? Yeah.
Or the Joie? Joie? And he has thousands of social media users. Sorry. I need to say that. He's posted photos and videos online of people petting the 5.5-foot alligator like a dog or hugging it like a teddy bear. Wally's popularity soared to new heights last year when the gator was denied entry to a Philadelphia Phillies game.
You ain't getting in!
He now says, Joie has said that he's distraught after Wally vanished while accompanying him on April. I love the way my support alligator accompanied me on a vacation in Brunswick, Georgia. He says specs. Someone stole Wally from the fenced outdoor enclosure where Wally spent the night.
See, now I can't judge him for leaving his animal in an uncovered enclosure, because if I'm gonna nick an animal, which I'm not, and if I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go nicking, and I look over a fence, poodle,
gonna go nicking.
mongoose, alligator, I'm gonna say, guys, right, because I'm gonna have my phone with me. Let's leave the alligator and let's get one of the softer, easier animals.
What gets you the peas?
Yeah, what gets you the shoes and a handbag, I guess. I can only imagine that, like, the alligator had little armbands, because they're on holiday, had little inflatable armbands on, sunglasses, maybe a little hat with a propeller on top. I don't know why. I can just see what you have on, like
a trilby or them white like Panama hats.
Yeah. And because it's going on holiday, he bought his fancy luggage, which is like human foot shoes.
I was going to say, instead of having like an alligator skin, he's got like a human skin watch.
Oh
dear. Yeah, and supposedly, yeah.
I don't know what the going rate is for an alligator, but I'm going to presume it's
I'd say
not cheap.
This is not any alligator. This is an alligator who supposedly won't eat you.
Trained.
And B, also a trained psychologist.
No, emotionally, it saved lives. It saved lives. Now, Sean.
Emotionally intelligent.
It's emotionally intelligent. Now or just extremely tired and just cannot be bothered. It's like, for God's sake, it's just all right. Yeah. So, Sean, we've explored the positive side of Wally, but can we please balance the books and discuss our conspiracy theory about Wally? Because I know it's in the back of your head, Sean. We know that potentially he could be at the forefront of the demise of many humans.
Do you think Wally is involved in his own gator napping?
He might have heard the podcast, bro. So he's like, what do we do next? How do we take this to a new level?
Or maybe he thinks they have to act quickly because we're onto him.
Yeah.
And his fellow aspirers.
I think you're right. But I also think, how do you gain that little bit of extra trust that may have been lost because somebody said, hey, you're not getting in? And people were like, hey, hang on for a second. He might be an emotional support pet, but he's still an alligator. How do you get the loving public on your side? You go missing.
Wear like a cute scarf in it or something.
Yeah. Get a cravat. Wear a cravat. Starters. Right.
That's what Wally said.
Yes, it is. Go missing though, yeah. Create up a nice little media storm, and then when Wally's found, right? When someone's sick, or if they're away for a while and they finally come back, what do you grant that person? You grant them their like wish, innit? That's what you do.
He's like, I want to get all the people that I love the most in this world to be in this really tight enclosed room with a locked door. What? Nothing.
Yeah. And turn the lights off.
Just swallow that key. What?
I think that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to get everyone in the same room. Or let's build that. What did he really want? He wanted to go to the stadium. So what do you want, Wally? All I wanted was to just go and see a baseball game. Do you know what? We'll make special allowances for you to go to this right now. And
they might even say to him, we can go at another time when it's empty. And he's like, no, I want to go and see a game.
I want the real experience.
I want to be part of. I want to be. It's the atmosphere.
I want a foot dog, corn dog.
It's the atmosphere. Why are you putting a napkin on? What?
Yeah.
Oh, nothing.
Oh man, and he could be like, you know what would really help if I could bring some of my emotional support friends, like my shark friend, you know, the lion,
the hippo.
Yeah, the hippo. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, the poisonous boa constrictor. I don't know if that's possible or whatever. Poisonous boa constrictor. But all of them.
It's in the Nature Channel, but
yes, come on. I think you should be surprised for that by now. I reckon that could be it. But boy, could be what he's doing, Sean. I don't know. But I feel like I want an update on the update.
Okay.
Because we're gonna need an update on the update, no?
Yeah, because we want to know what a fight, bro. Imagine it all comes to a head and Wally is just here taking over the world. We saw it coming first.
Yeah, man. We spread the fire that is the truth behind Wally, and we need to make sure everybody knows.
But maybe we forced him to expedite his plan because he realizes that the time is ticking.
Time is ticking. Time is licking. Yeah, man.
Also, his name's Wally, and he lives in the States. Technically, his name should be Waldo, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
What's going on there?
Where is Wally?
How was that the first time? Oh my god!
Oh my god!
How did it take us that long?
It's taken us a whole update. Do you know what the worst thing is? We're almost out of it.
Yeah,
it would have been the update on the update before, and this is one of the most ponderful podcasts out there.
Jesus,
Sean.
We've let everyone down. We've let ourselves down.
Oh my god!
But you did get it in there.
Yeah. True say. There's been an update on this story, so I'm going to try and Google it as we go. But I wanted to speak about it a few weeks ago because I thought this was going to be something that was like not quite going to happen.
Okay,
and was going to be something that was nice to see, but you couldn't get it in your own house. This is only a couple of weeks ago, and this could be something that if someone has Wally next to you and Wally does go rogue, you can fight them off with. There's something called the Terminator. And it's the first ever flamethrower wielding robot dog. Now, it's been out on the internet for a few weeks. Have you seen this yet? The Terminator?
I have not.
I will try and find a picture to pop up for you if you guys are watching the YouTube. If not, let me just face my L laptop at the camera as I talk. What you're about to see is the Terminator, which is a dog. My laptop survived. Wow. The Terminator was that strong. Right, it survived. Right, okay. I was threw my laptop on the floor. This is a Terminator. There you go. That is a dog with a flamethrower coming out of it. There's a video that I'll play of it, which is it flamethrowing stuff up.
Oh my days.
There you go. So yeah, that Terminator that you can see.
It's like Robot Wars.
Exactly. It's a quadrupedal robot that has an arc flamethrower attached to its back and looks menacing as it sounds. It can jump as well. There's bits of the video where it jumps on all 4 feet. Developed by the company Throw Flame, who, believe it or not, specialise in making flamethrowers. Now,
is it? I wouldn't know.
Surprisingly. What do you do? Make ice machines.
Oh, is it? Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So yeah, apparently it's illegal. What I've seen on the internet this week is that it's actually legal to purchase in a number of parts of the US. So it's like 41 of the states.
I was what a fucking shock.
Oh man, and I'm on their website, throwflame.com. Terminator is the first ever flamethrower wielding robot dog. It's equipped with an arc flamethrower to deliver on-demand flame anywhere, and it's $9,420, which is a little bit less in English pounds only just right now. 1 hour battery, 30-foot range, Wi-Fi and Bluetooth compatible.
Why 1 hour battery? So he's got like a docking station.
Probably, yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out how does it automatically buntings, or does it like you have to give it a command, or you have to use a remote control to flamethrow somebody?
Do you know what? That's a good question, Sean. And I think in this day and age, if that had any sort of autonomy, we would have seen the 2 letters that they throw around everywhere. AI. That's what they would have said. AI is AI, artificial intelligence. Sorry, everything's
You right there,
AI.
bro?
It's like the kettle knows when the water gets to 100 degrees. Artificial intelligence. No, it's not artificial
That's
intelligence.
fam.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Come
yeah.
on, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When smoke hits it, the fire alarm goes off. Artificial intelligence. No.
I didn't realise this was such a bee in your bonnet.
Oh, bro, you're seeing it everywhere.
Oh, okay,
Like,
okay. I'm going to be sending you stuff.
It's like every single tech thing. They're like, yeah, it's just like, this box contains cool items in it, and when it gets to a specific temperature, it stops cooling. As soon as it warms up, it continues cooling. Fridge is what it's
Sounds like
called.
AI to me.
Yeah, AI. Right. Anyway, so this is I haven't got the answer of whether it's got AI in it, but I'm going to presume it hasn't. Otherwise, they would have plastered it all over the place, and also.
I think
People would be running
it's
down the
kind of
streets.
similar to if you meet someone and you're like, I wonder if this person's vegan or not. And then you realise, I probably know, innit?
Yeah. Right, so do you want to hear what it might be used for, Sean? So they're suggesting that it can be used for wildfire control and prevention.
Wildfire control?
Yeah.
Really? You're gonna take a flamethrower to go and control a fire?
I think
What is going on?
There is logic to this. You can actually, if you can control and burn an area, you can create an air gap so that the area doesn't continue to burn and burn and burn and burn. If you can do a controlled burn, that's actually a true thing.
Knowledge. All right, fair play.
Agricultural management, similar to above. Ecological conservation. I know it's hard to think about conserving while burning, but I think sometimes if you do have a burn, it helps to promote growth.
Well, I mean, that's what happens in the world, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
in
yeah.
the sense of
Yeah.
everything gets burnt and then everything flourishes.
Exactly.
From
You
it.
see something like what's like another animal, like I don't know, let's say a fox or a raccoon will like finish its cigarette and throw it into some some dry bush, and then
Brother, it
and
just
then it'll
happens
go up.
too often.
Yeah, man. And sometimes the little pesky little ones, they just like see a bit of flame for fun. This is where it actually gets quite funny because it can be used for entertainment and special effects. Okay.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Or snow and ice removal. Now, if there's anything that I think is the most extreme way of getting rid of snow and
about it.
ice,
I am about it.
that is it. And do you know what?
You got Jeff next door with his like shovel, and then you're like, oh, is it?
You're right, Jeff.
Done.
Yeah, all done. Just gonna go back in and chill out now. Yeah. I mean, talk about bringing a flipping machete to a nice knife fight or a chainsaw to a knife fight. That is overkill. It's got laser. It's got a laser on the front as well. So I'll show this to the camera and show. So it's got a laser on the front. It's got laser.
I mean,
It
can't go wrong with the laser.
It's got 30-foot firing range, remote operation, obstacle avoidance, AI, and laser sighting.
Oh, I.
Yeah, and it uses an arc flamethrower, which I think it like sprays gas, and then it has I think arc is like it creates an electric arc in it for the gas to go through, probably in it. Do you know what I mean?
For it to ignite.
Yeah. I mean, it's got to be gas in it, right? I'm not seeing how much the canisters cost. Accessories.
It's going to be. It has to be, no? Petroleum of some sort.
Yeah, petroleum or cookage. Clout is a bit of the website. Okay, it's got. It's just the guys talking about it being cool. All right.
I thought it was like you can go and burn clout chasers.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, bring that for me. So yeah, I think Sean, we've almost got to the end of an episode. I do want to say something. I do want to shake my fingers
Okay.
at Americans because I think this happened in America. So you're going to take the blame for this. Steve Buscemi, he got punched in the face by a man in New York City just walking down the street. That's not cool.
That is not
Don't do
cool.
that shit.
Why
That's horrible.
What
Get
did
me?
Steve did you?
Just random violence, bro. Someone came up and punched him. They said he's okay, and he'll be fine. But why are they doing that to Steve? Of all people,
Was that like with the clout chasing? Because
Yeah, man.
why'd you do that?
I don't know. I just feel like it's that level of prickery. You know when we had
But I think that's happened to me twice in Holston,
just that.
where someone has just like I'm just been walking down
Yeah.
the road and someone's tried to swing at me.
Yeah. I think there are some people that are not mentally stable. Yeah, I'm not saying that's cool, but I get it. But I think it's that kind of fuckery that we had when we were younger. Do you remember like happy slapping? Where it was just like, you're laughing. Soon as the glove's on the other toe, yeah, you just started laughing. But it's like random acts of violence. I get it though. A slap is way less dangerous than like a full-on swing spark, though, innit? It's more humiliating. But
Bro, you can punch someone and they can die, and
Yeah, 100%.
Their life's finished, your life's finished.
Exactly.
Like, why?
Exactly. Yeah. So they've done that to him, and he's older as well now. He's not a kid, isn't he?
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
Steve Buscemi's what, late 50s?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Early-
And I swear he put on his. You know what? This is the kind of guy I think he put on his fire out because I think he's trained fireman. When 9/11 happened, he donned his fire kit and went and helped. My man helped the community. Yeah, during real stress. Yeah, that's
There are certain. Look, let's be honest, right? There are certain people where if you heard that they were walking down the street and got punched in the face, it might be quite entertaining.
I may pay a little bit of money to watch it and download it and share it with a man. Them a little bit, not a lot,
but there's
a little bit.
But there's certain people. I mean, everyone's got a different list. I don't know why Steve made this guy's list. It was a male who punched him.
It's got to be, bruv. I'm gonna make that. And you know what? Sorry, guys, if I'm painting us in a bad light, but I'm gonna presume it wasn't a woman. Statistically, I suppose random acts of violence I'm gonna give to men. Right, cool. But yeah,
probably right.
Positive sexism, if depending on how you look at it.
Well, should we? Yeah,
cool.
Better
for me to presume that than the other way. Yeah, definitely a woman, bruv.
We can. I think we can safely. We're both on the same page here.
Yeah.
Like any unnecessary violence is unnecessary
against him. I mean, what is it? You didn't like Reservoir Dogs? Come on, everybody likes that. So that happened. So just don't do that shit.
No,
Don't punch me.
condone that.
Like, I know we crack a lot of silly jokes on this show, but fucking hell, bruv. Anyway, Sean, should we get out of here?
Sure.
All right, cool. Make sure you follow us at How to Kill an Hour everywhere. Loving the interactions on Facebook and Instagram, and those of you that are finding your way over to the show. Man, we got more coming. It's one of my favourite parts of the week, Sean. It's nice sitting down with you. We will be catching up with our own extended friends and family in a couple of weeks as well. So we should bring some stories from the pod. Yeah, next week, but week after next in listeners' ears. Right, it goes.
Week after next, indeed.
But thanks for joining us at How to Kill an Hour on all socials. I'm at Marcus Bronzy on all socials. Where can we find you, Sean?
In Holsden for the next couple of months, potentially.
Peace.